Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to a new exciting video. In today's video we're gonna do the usual weekly market breakdown where we take a look at the market both from a technical as well as a fundamental perspective, and then I'm also going to show you guys how I was able to find out who is behind those fake Telegram names that people have been using under my alias or my name. If you're new to the channel, a sub would be appreciated as I provide valuable educational content on a daily basis. Then if you do enjoy the content, please do consider smashing that thumbs up button there as well. So make sure you stay till the end of the video because this is a not one but a two-part series. The first thing that we're going to take a look at is obviously the market. We're going to look at the market based off a fundamental perspective, and the first thing we are going to do is look at some news events that had taken place last week, and then obviously carry that into the new week there as well. Now the first thing that we can obviously see is that we have had the most important news came through last week, which was the NFP data, and the jobs report obviously came through lower. Now a lower jobs report basically means that unemployment is coming down, right? And when unemployment is coming down, it means that the Fed is less likely to hike their interest rates, right? Because people are losing their jobs, and that comes from bringing down inflation. So we obviously saw that in the dollar price action there, and we can obviously expect the dollar to continue weakening to the downside there as well. But also we've got some CPI, again very important news to look out for. The CPI is an indicator used by investors to measure the US inflation. A higher reading could potentially bring back the fear that the Feds could potentially hike rates again. That will only be able to establish by Wednesday. And then we got the core CPI and core PPI coming through on Thursday respectively. More unemployment claims. You should know what the unemployment claims is by now there as well. Now it says here on Friday, stocks tumble on Friday, notching weekly losses as traders rate hike fears returns. Now they say that people are scared that the Feds might hike the interest rates once again. I do not think that is the case here, but again, we have to be reactive and not try and be predictive. It says your stock fell on Friday and finished lower for the week as Wall Street struggled to shake off fears that the Feds may start hiking rates again later this month. Now, keep in mind that when the Feds hike interest rates, it means that the dollar gets stronger and the stock market weakens. Anything that trades that's negatively correlated, like any precious metals that's priced in dollars, gets weaker. The stock market gets weaker as well, because a stronger dollar means a little bit of a hurt for consumers at the end of the day as well. Now that information is basically coming through on Wednesday, the July the 26th there as well. Now going over to gold, it says here gold rises as the dollar heels slip after US jobs data. Again, it's just because when the dollar weakens, gold increases in value. It says here gold prices rose on Friday and were on track for their first weekly gain in 4 as the dollar bond fell after the weaker jobs report there as well. We're going to close that very quickly. Now, we do anticipate a weaker dollar, right? Now, if you go down on the weekly time frame, I'm not going to go on the monthly time frame, but we're going to just go from the weekly into the daily, because the price action is clearly pointing a move to the downside here as well. I'm just waiting for this screen to load over here. I'm not sure what the holdup is. Let me see if I reload. That's weird. It reloads, but it doesn't want to. Any case, there we go. Now we can obviously see that excuse me, close this. We can firstly see that the dollar is been very much bearish territory, right? So the market's obviously trading below structure, and also market is heading for new structure. This is potentially the point that I would like to see the market hit. We are currently faced with this structure over here, okay, because we can see this level. We also spoke about this W formation that I expected the market to complete. It's back at the neckline. I do expect a deeper pullback before any continuations to the upside. However, I'm going to be very careful with what I'm about to say now. So I will say that we could potentially expect a deeper correction to the neckline of the W formation before we potentially see the market continue higher. Now the market was sitting at this level here, and I anticipated this entire move to the upside, and then I anticipated this move to the downside. Now we are going to expect the market going into next week to drop slightly lower. Going down on the daily time frame, what do we have now? We can obviously see that this would be a very good price for the market to come down to, obviously taking out all that retail traders that's going to come in there and start looking for those buying opportunities. And that's basically what I expect of the market to take place next week. Next up, what do we have? We've got gold. Now, because gold is obviously negatively correlated. Now, if you guys remember, like I said, we can expect the market to print this inverted head and shoulders pattern. That is exactly what the market has given us. From here, we obviously see the market is still trading in bearish territory, so we obviously need to wait for the market that broke below support, tested it as resistance. We basically need to wait for a clear break above resistance, come back to support. We can definitely start riding that wave to the upside there as well. Next up, we've got the NASDAQ. Now the NASDAQ over here, we can obviously see the NASDAQ has just hit support. This level acted as resistance, broke above that, tested it as support. Now if you go have a look at the weekly time frame, what do we have now? The market obviously has a lot of room to the downside to still come in full. This is still a long way to the downside, but we are going to take our Fibonacci from the low to the high after this massive impulse. Now we do have a 61.8, which is known as the gold ratio for the market. So this is basically where we could potentially anticipate a long swing to the downside could potentially come from, but we need to wait for clear break below support. Once support gets broken, it would then become a resistance. We can obviously just ride the wave till there. I know some of you just want to get in and then get out again. It's all up to you to do there as well. GER30, ooh, this one looks very interesting. I'm not gonna do an entire breakdown on this because I don't understand the news behind it here also. And then we've got the Dow Jones. There you can see I anticipated this move down. The Dow Jones basically fell more lower, and we can expect the Dow Jones to even fall further. No, I didn't do that. We can expect the Dow Jones to obviously continue this move to the downside there as well. That is basically how we're going to approach the market going into next week. If there is any news updates that come through, I will give you guys an update through that as well. And then before I move over to my next point of interest, I do want to see if there was any questions. Beautiful, cheers for ears. Hey W, thank you for providing such good content for you from Rydal. You're amazing, man. Thank you so much. Thanks for the market update, boss. That person trying with your ID account needs to be squashed like a cockroach. And there we got some champions still open to. Okay, I've got that already. Now, thank you for that messages, guys. Now, one thing that we are going to cover very quickly, right? Now, if you've ever gone on Telegram trying to search for me, right, you would have probably came across all of these names. There is more if you especially if you go search my name on your Telegram. Now, I've reported these accounts many times in the past. I've told people do not get caught up with these accounts, as well as I do not offer any investment services. Point number one. Point number two, I will never contact anybody first. Now, it came to my attention that there was more accounts created under my name after I reported some of them and nothing basically happened to it. So I went to go and search for it, and I thought to myself, you know what, I'm going to take some time and get to see if I can find out who the person behind this is. And today was that lucky day, and I decided, let me go have some fun. So the first thing I did was I got into this group over here, this one here, because it had the most subscribers obviously there, right? 2,000. And I was like, okay, let me go and find out who the person is that I need to speak to. The first thing I realized was this person over here offers investment services. He says invest 5,000 to get 7,500 or so, $75,000. And I was like, I want to get to know who you are, because clearly this person over here, that's me, right? That's my profile photo, but this is not my group. So I decided to get into it, and I started having a conversation. And you can see that this conversation basically started as of today. So I asked this person how to invest, please, because I'm trying to. So I changed my name to John Blaine or something on Telegram so that he doesn't know that it is me. So I asked him, how do I invest, please? He asked me, do you have a crypto wallet? I say, yes, I've got a Bitcoin wallet. He asked me, how much do you intend to start up your investment? And I have to give him some credit for the English, because normally scammers is not as good with English. So I asked him, is this Rolio? Wait, this is Rolio Jack, the real one, is what I asked him. He says yes. And then I asked him, which one do you recommend, brother? He says he's advising me that I start with $500 to earn $7,500 in 4 days. Now, there's nobody that can give you that type of returns. Not even a bank. A bank gives you about 6.5% a year. This guy's giving you a massive return. So he asked me, how much do you want to invest? I asked him, is there anything lower than $500? And he says, yes, it depends on your investment. I said, I only have $300, right? He says, all you have to do is buy $300 worth of Bitcoin and get back to me. I said, okay, then we'll deposit into my crypto account. And I asked him, can I get a pic of you just to verify that it is really you that I'm speaking to? He refers me to the channel that I have got him from, to go and look at the profile pic over there. I said, then he says, let me know once you have deposited the Bitcoin into your wallet. I tell him the account is funded, which I did not do. I said, okay. He then give me a Bitcoin wallet. Now, you can normally take this Bitcoin wallet and you can check what the the transactions was on it. So I took the Bitcoin wallet first, and I went to go and check basically the activity on the account. Firstly, I could see that there was a lot of people probably scammed through this. A lot of people, obviously, here you can see is, some money was paid in. There we had some money paid in, money got paid in, money got paid in. There's some $6. And then we go back to the first page once again, and you can see all of these transactions was paid into the account. There you can see there was $192, here was $180, here was $109, here someone sent $615, there was $1,000, but I'm not sure if all of these came from people investing. Now I could clearly see there was some activity on the account, and then I knew, okay, cool, this is basically the person, because you can see the last transaction that was completed was on the 7th of July, which was yesterday. Now then I was like, okay, cool, I got the account, and then he tells me immediately after you making your deposit, then I will set up your trade. After that you will be given your profile legit broker to register your trade, which gives you room to see your trade is going anytime. So he was going to create the profile for me after I transferred my Bitcoin into his Bitcoin wallet, and we obviously know that was not going to happen. So I asked him, what do I do with the Bitcoin wallet, because I'm trying to just play stupid. Now he says, now you have to make your Bitcoin deposit to the trading based wallet. He's telling me I have to deposit the Bitcoin into my wallet and then send it through to his wallet. So I ask him, if I put down $1,260, how much will I get? He tells me I will get $12,000. So I basically went and got this screenshot over here that I basically self-made screenshot, and I was like, okay, cool, I will use that option just to get him involved, just to attract him so he can become a little bit hungry. Right? I sent him the screenshot and I said, must I send it there now just to get him interested? Right? He says, yes, you have to. I must send it through to him so that you can so he can start trading my account immediately. And I said, okay, 1 second. And I asked him again, I must send it to that wallet. He says, yes. I said, hold on. So I sent him the screenshot. As you can see, the screenshot is of a website, but it's got a .jpeg extension. Why? Because I've used this website called Grabify. Now, Grabify basically allows you to create customized URLs and send it to a person so that you can understand where their location is. So I told him, my friend, let me close that. I sold him, okay, I sent him that and I said, that is the wallet company that I used. So once he clicked on it, what I received was this information over here that basically tells me exactly where he is, what his location is, and what type of mobile device that he uses. Now, the first thing I could obviously see over here was this guy was in Nigeria, in Port Harcourt, which is basically, yeah, there you can see this is in Nigeria. He stays somewhere around this area, right? And also what I noticed is that he's using an iPhone with an Apple GPU. And this is basically some other information on there. So I now knew he was from Nigeria. So then basically what I did there afterwards, I took the IP address and I was looking at the IP locator the location finder. And basically all you do is you take the IP address as received and you basically paste it right here, and they'll tell you exactly where this person's location is, whoever's using it. Any case, he opened it up, and then I told him, just so that you can, just so I can get him to open it. He asked me, have you make your payment to the wallet address I send you so that you can start trading? I said, hold on quickly, and I make up a story, and I said, my wife is getting scared here. She said, you must send a voice note or a pic of yourself. Now, I know he cannot send a voice note or a pic because he's not me, because I'm here and he's there somewhere in Nigeria. And then he says, then I said, the BTC is ready to send to you. He says, I don't think you're viewing my channel. There you'll see how people are benefiting. Now he's telling me to go look at his Telegram channel where people are basically saying, I won and I lose, all of that's self-made stuff. And then he tells me I'm a man of value with 3 kids. I'm like, where did I get 3 kids? Because he's using my profile within telling people I got 3 kids and I have no intention to scam you. Really? No intention to scam me? And I hope you're watching this video also. You're telling me you got no intention to scam me. You scammed a lot of people before this as well, or to take your money. Really? You have no intention to take my money. If that's what you're talking about, I have traded for several traders in the past years and they have no complaints whatsoever. If you're so good at trading, right, then why don't you just go and trade? Why must you take people's money and trade for them? Okay. Any case, I said, but all I'm asking for is a photo. Why is it so hard? This is my schedule is tight. Sorry, you telling me your schedule is so tight you couldn't just flip your camera into boom, there you go. Okay, so I said, okay, then send a voice note. He says, I can't get you to trust me. I'm a businessman and it's your future you're trying to build. My future trying to build of what? You taking my money and then running away? And in any case, so I told him we can talk when you are ready. He says, I guess you're not ready. He says, have a nice day. I said, you too. I said, I will send the money back to my bank account that I was supposedly transferring to my Bitcoin wallet, right? He says, if you don't put in money, how will you earn? I says, you don't want to put my wife at ease. We have lots of money. We just ask for your trust. I wanted him to send a photo of him, but he didn't want to. So I asked him, he asking me, do you think I'm after your money? I asked, and then he's like, why did you want to trade if you have lots of money? I said, investments are always good. He says, it's up to you to take on the risk and become successful in the possible shortest time, which is a nice way to talk about getting rich quick, because that's what a lot of people think this industry is about, getting rich very quickly. He says, I tell him, if you really are Rolio Jack, why is it so hard to send a pic or a voice note? You make lots of videos on YouTube, because that's what I do. He's most now me. He's most pretending to be me with your face, but now you're scared to send a pic. He says, my pic is on my channel. I said, send me a pic. I will invest $10,000. I trust you, Rolio. Or even send a voice note. He says, I'm not after your investment. Then he says, sorry if you think so. Then he says, why is it so hard for a voice note? So I asked him, why is it so hard for a voice note? I don't understand. Or pics or any photo. Then I sent him this fake thing I got off Google, and I said, I want to put my whole bank balance in you. I trust you, Rolio. I'm giving him because he wants to be Rolio. So I'm making him believe that he is Rolio, right? He wants to be me, so I'm making him believe he is me. Then I said, I will send you to BTC. Then you can see there, from 20 past 12, he comes back 30 minutes later and he literally sends me a photo of myself. He says, this is my pic. Now, then if you go onto Google, if you search for Rolio Jack and you open up images, guess what? There. You go on to, you'll see the video. You'll see the photo is right there of a video that I uploaded to TikTok many moons ago. And he literally sent me a photo that he got from a TikTok video that I made. And I said, oh yes, now I see, thank you. Okay, so what I did after that was I then downloaded TikTok onto my mobile phone so I could see who was the last people to view my profile. He obviously went into the profile to get the video. Then I was able to minimize or downsize the amount of people that was able to view my profile within a short period of time. So now we're obviously doing some further work into it to see what name that viewed the profile is is attached to someone that stays on that side of the world. But at the end of the day, it is important that you guys know that I will never inbox any person on Telegram. First, I will never message you because I don't have your information. I do not offer investment services, and in fact, I don't offer any services. So please be careful when you are dealing with these types of people out there, and especially these Nigerian people, because why? Most of these guys are running their scams in South Africa, but they live in Nigeria. Like, I don't understand why they don't just keep it there. So please be careful. Make sure that always make sure that that you ask him to send a voice note. Tell him to send you a voice note with your name so you can hear him saying that stuff. Other than that, it's not me. Come to my YouTube, comment on one of my videos telling me, hey, is that you on Telegram I'm speaking to? Then I can tell you yes or no. So guys, that is it from my side. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please smash that like button. That's all from my side. Thank you for your time, and as always, enjoy your weekend and cheers for years.